We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with some interesting and noteworthy news regarding the rated R superstar Edge. Now, Edge has certainly been a mainstay in WWE and featured very heavily since his surprise return at the 2020 Royal Rumble Premium Live event, and Edge has continued his latest run in WWE with his huge scheduled WrestleMania 39 Hell in a Cell match against Finn Balor. However, this run that Edge is currently on in WWE could have shockingly never happened, according to Edge in a recent interview, and the rated R superstar could have instead chose to wrestle for another company, such as AEW All Elite Wrestling, when he was cleared to wrestle again and make his return a couple of years ago. Here's what Edge had to say on the matter. Quote, "There was an opportunity to go elsewhere outside of WWE. Again, it's where I've spent my entire career outside of the indies, right? So this year will be my 25th year with the WWE, since my television debut, and having been there so long and understanding how it works and understanding the machine that it is, there's something to be said for that. There's also something to be said for trying something new and exciting, and a new set of faces and a new way of the way things work. I've always been a loyalist though in terms of that company. It's what I grew up watching and it's where I always wanted to get to. What it boils down to, I guess, is where I think I can have the most fun, honestly. That's where I'm at life. It's not like I'm grinding to get to WWE anymore, so I've been there and I've done it, and I've done everything and then some, so now it's just a matter of what I enjoy the most and I think it's there. Without question, while the idea of Edge wrestling in AEW or another wrestling company is definitely intriguing to say the least, it is likely that many feel Edge made the right choice to remain loyal to WWE and make his return to the ring there, because again, Edge has really been a huge asset and draw for WWE over the past 3 years. With that being said, fans should celebrate and enjoy every one of Edge's appearances and matches in WWE this year in 2023, including his upcoming WrestleMania 39 clash against Finn Balor, because like we have mentioned before, current rumors indicate that Edge will soon be retiring and hanging up the boots later this year, after likely wrestling one final time in front of his hometown crowd and fans in Toronto this summer. Now, as most of you are likely aware, one of the big wrestling news stories so far this year in 2023 would definitely have to be in regards to Vince McMahon reportedly having an interest in selling WWE, with reports going around that Vince was wanting to sell WWE for around $9 billion. There is a bit of a noteworthy update on the whole situation about WWE possibly being sold, because just yesterday a financial analyst by the name of David Faber shared his thoughts on the WWE sale process in a CNBC interview, and this is what he had to say on the matter. Quote, "What I'm hearing, at least from people familiar with the situation, is it's shaping up to be a pretty good sale process. Some people saying pretty hot and heavy. Those who are even somewhat doubtful, in fact, that you would get a sale in the end seem less so. Does that mean something gets done here? Unclear. Who is participating? We can all take our various guesses. As reported previously, is there interest from Endeavor, for example, in pursuing what would be a complex transition in terms of reverse Morris Trust, where they would spin off UFC into a new company and control the company, which would be merged with WWE? Sure, they would like to explore that concept. Is there private equity interest in the part of some, perhaps in partnership with well-known names in the sport? That's a possibility. Does Liberty Media have an interest in taking a look? Sure. The Saudis moved heavily into golf. Would the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund have interest? Yes, that is a possibility. Now, when more details are revealed about WWE being sold, rest assured because we will be keeping you guys updated on this very big developing story. A huge developing wrestling news story over the past couple of days is certainly in regards to Jon Moxley's, formerly known as Dean Ambrose's, status in AEW All Elite Wrestling. Because as most of you have likely heard by now, reports have emerged which have indicated that Jon Moxley has been very unhappy with some of the decisions made in AEW, and the high amount of drama behind the scenes in All Elite Wrestling. News which certainly surprised most fans, as Jon Moxley had previously not had a single bad word to say about AEW, and it seemed as though he was very happy working for WWE's rival promotion, after he unceremoniously parted ways with WWE for more creative freedom and control in AEW. Now, Jon Moxley, or Dean Ambrose, was very critical of his final year spent in WWE, But with the things that Jon has been saying about AEW in his recent interview with his wife Renee on her podcast has certainly caused quite a stir in the wrestling community, and has caused there to be a lot of fan speculation that perhaps the scenario of Jon Moxley choosing to walk away from AEW so that he could make a big WWE return sometime in the near future is not as far-fetched as many believed. With Jon Moxley being far from happy behind the scenes in AEW, and the fact that Vince McMahon and WWE have been trying very hard to get Dean Ambrose to return for a couple of years now, with the company seemingly offering Jon Moxley extremely lucrative contract offers, there is shockingly a chance that Moxley's days in AEW are soon going to be coming to an end. Because while Jon Moxley or Dean Ambrose had some big issues with WWE, the big money is definitely to be made in WWE, not to mention a lot of his closest friends still work there, so if things are not very smooth for Jon Moxley behind the scenes in AEW now, fans should not be that surprised if the headlines soon read that Jon Moxley has decided to walk out of AEW, and choose to utilize the opt-out clause in his new 5-year contract, and possibly finish off his career in WWE. There have been a lot of rumors going around over the past few months speculating that Rey Mysterio will soon be retiring from WWE, with his son Dominic Mysterio taking his place on the active WWE roster and keeping that family name alive. And these rumors were only amplified when it was announced that Rey Mysterio would be joining the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2023. Now there has been a big update when it comes to Rey Mysterio's retirement from WWE, because in a recent interview, Rey revealed his ideal retirement scenario. Here's what Rey Mysterio had to say, quote, "I've always had this number in mind, and it just kept getting higher and higher every single time, just because how great my body has been feeling and overall, how since my schedule slimmed down. I feel like this energetic person that loves to go in there and perform on a once-a-week basis just brings out a different type of energy. But I had 50, 50 was a number that I said I was. I cannot and I don't think I will go past it. But to be able to be inducted and given such a prestige honor of being part of the Hall of Fame is like the ultimate in your career. You always think that hoping that one day when you retire, that offer is presented to you, but here it is, you know? I'm in somewhat the peak of my career, maybe because I still feel great. I feel like I can compete on the level of other superstars, but overall it's just a dream come true." If Rey Mysterio does end up retiring from WWE at the age of 50, that means that he still has a couple more years left in his career as he is currently 48. And honestly, if Rey Mysterio can continue to perform the way he has been lately, then it would be hard to blame Rey for sticking around even longer, and he is currently set to face off against his son Dominic in a huge WrestleMania 39 marquee grudge match, which is sure to deliver a fantastic performance.